Day 314 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 229, majority element 2. The difficulty level is medium, but don't worry because you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Question says, given an integer array of size n, find all elements that appear more than n divided by 3 times. All right, y'all, that sounds simple enough, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples so we can make sure that we are doing this question correctly. So in example 1, we have the input nums equals an array of integers 3, 2, and 3. The output is 3. Output is 3 because 3 is an element that appears more than n divided by 3 times. So what do they mean by n divided by 3? So in this case, n equals 3 because there are 3 elements in the array, right? So that would be 3 divided by 3 because n equals 3. Let's put it like this. And this in example 1, let's put it example 1. Boom, we put it like this. N equals 3. 3 divided by 3 equals 1, right? So which element in this array appears more than one time? The 3 is that element, right? You could look at 2. 2 only appears one time, but 2 is equal to 1. That's not what we want. We want elements that appear more than 3, more than n divided by 3 times, where 2 equals or does not appear more than n divided by 3 times. It appears the same as n divided by 3 times. That's why we're not using 2. However, 3 appears twice, which is more than 1. So 3 appears more than n divided by 3 times, which is why the output is 3. Now let's go ahead and take a look at example 2, because example 2 is a little bit more tricky, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So this example 2, boom. Let me change this for y'all. So in example 2, n divided by 3, in this case, n is equal to 1. So n divided by 3 equals 1 divided by 3, which is equal to 0.33%, right? Or 33%. So in this case, we just want to find an element that appears more than 0.33, right? Which is, in this case, 1 appears once, and 1 is greater than 0.33, right? So that's why we can that's why the output is 1, because 1 appears once, and 1 once is more than 0.33, so that counts. That's why the output is 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 3, where it's similar to example 2. It's a little tricky to understand because we start dealing with integers and fractions and stuff, but it's pretty simple to understand once you get the hang of it. So this time, n equals 2, right? So in example 3, we have the input nums equals an array of integers 1 and 2. So in this case, the n equals 2 because there are 2 elements in the array. So we can come over here, 2 divided by 3. So 2 divided by 3 is going to equal 0.66. Now, once again, 1 is greater than 0.66. So that means since 1 occurs once 1 is greater than 0.66, so we can include 1, and 2 appears once as well, right? 2 appears once, and once again 1 is greater than 0.66, so 2 is included as well. And then this case, both elements appear more than n divided by 3 times, so we return both of the elements 1 and 2. So that's how we got that, y'all. That's how we got the outputs in these examples. Now let's go ahead and get into the fun part, the actual solution, so we can figure out how we are going to code this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be using hash maps, so hope y'all are excited about that. Now let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is we need to create an edge case. Oh, hold on, y'all. Also, I got 2 solutions for this problem, so make sure y'all stick around after this solution so you can catch the second solution. Now let's get into this first solution. Now First thing we want to do is we want to create an edge case. If the array is empty, we can just return an empty list. So in order to do that, we're just going to come right here. We can use a guard statement. We'll say guard nums.count is greater than 0. Else, open up the brackets, we could just return a blank array. Just like that. Boom. So then we're going to come down here and we need to create a dictionary to store the frequency count of each number. So we could just declare a variable. We could call it storage and say colon, open up the square brackets, int, colon, int. Just like that. Then we could come outside of that. We could initialize it with a blank dictionary like that by saying square bracket, colon, square bracket, just like that. Boom. Now we're going to create a set which will store the majority elements, and this set will allow us to avoid duplicates. So we could come right here, declare a variable called, we could call it major elements. We could set that equal to a set. Then we put the less than sign, put int, then put the greater than sign, and put some parentheses at the end like that. Now we're going to create a threshold value, which is to let us know an element must appear more than this threshold to be considered a majority element. So in order to do that, we can say let threshold equal nums.count divided by 3, just like that. So that's where we're going to get this n.3 from, because nums.count, once again, remember, n is going to be however many elements are in the array, or nums.count, and then we're going to divide that by 3. Now we need to iterate over each number in the array. So to do that, we could just say nums.forEach, open up the bracket and say num n. Now let's get into it. We need to increment the count for the current number in the dictionary. So in order to do that, we can come right here, we could declare a constant and say let new count, sorry y'all, let new count equal storage, open up the square bracket, num, comma, default, colon, 0. So this is going to be our default array, and then we could just come outside of this and we could say +1. Boom. Now we come over here and we're going to set we're going to say storage square bracket num. We're going to set that equal to new count. Boom. Just like that. Now, if the count exceeds the threshold, we're going to add the number to the result set. So we can come right here and we can say if new count is greater than threshold, then we can open up the bracket and we could say major element dot insert, open up the parentheses, num, just like that. And we still need to convert the set to an array and return the result. So in order to do that, we're just going to come down here and we can say return array, open up the parentheses, major element, just like that. Now that should be all she wrote for the first solution, y'all. So let's go ahead and give it a run. Make sure it runs properly. Let's see. Oh, we got an error. What does it say? Oh, sorry, shouldn't be a period here. Get rid of that. So let's run it again. Let's see. Okay, now what does it say? Cannot find major element. Oh, that should be major. Oh, we could just get rid of this right here. Boom, let's run it again. And it's accepted, y'all. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it stays accepted after we submit it. Let's see, and look at that, y'all. 3 milliseconds beats 24.27% of users with Swift, y'all. Not too bad, but we'll get those numbers up as we continue down our LeetCode journey. Right now, we just want to build our skills to get to a point where we're able to solve the problem that's presented to us. And once we get to the point where we can solve the problem, then we'll worry about getting the time up and the time complexity up and all that good stuff. But for now, I figured this is a good solution to learn from. It's easy to understand. So go ahead, read it, learn it, love it before we get into the next solution. And for this second solution, y'all, guess what? Guess what? We got a one-liner. That's right, y'all. We could do this in one line of code. Really, I just wanted to give y'all two different ways of doing it. Both of them are going to include a dictionaries and hash maps. So let's go ahead and get rid of this code so we can start on the second solution. Now, once again, second solution, not that difficult. It's one line of code, so let's get into it. First thing we need to do is we need to convert the array into a dictionary that counts occurrences of each numbers. So in order to do that, we're just going to say array. That's going to convert it into, open up the parentheses. We're going to say nums dot reduce. Open up the parentheses again. Say into. Then we're going to say colon. Come outside of that. After that colon, we're going to say square bracket colon dictionary, blank dictionary, just like that. So what this reduce into is going to initialize an empty dictionary for us, and it's going to update the count for each number in nums. Then we're going to come outside of this parenthesis, but still inside the other parentheses, and we are going to open up our brackets, boom, like this, and we are going to say $0, boom, square bracket, $1, comma, default, colon, 0. Come outside of the square bracket, and we're going to say plus equals 1, just like that, right? So this $0, this $0 is going to represent each dictionary, and the $1, this is going to represent each element in the input array. Boom. And then this right here is going to be our default dictionary that we're creating, that we're going to increment by 1 each time we see this an element. Boom. Now we need to filter out the elements that appear more than n divided by 3 times and extract their keys. So in order to do that, we're going to come outside of this square, not the square bracket, but this bracket right here. We're going to come outside of that, and we're going to say filter. Then we're going to open up some more brackets. We're going to say $0 dot value. So we're looking at the values of the dictionary here is greater than. Then we're going to open up some parentheses. We're going to say nums dot count divided by 3. Boom. And this is going to keep only the key value pairs where that exceed n divided by 3. Boom. Then we're just going to come over here, and we are going to extract those keys by coming right here. And we're going to get the keys. Remember, we got the value. Now we're going to get the keys. We're going to say dot keys just like that. Boom. Now, that should be all she wrote, y'all. Let's go ahead and give this a run. One line of code. Let's see. Make sure it runs properly. And it's accepted first try, y'all. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it stays accepted after we submit it. Ooh, look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users with Swift. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Those are the numbers I like to see. Faster than Andrew Tate and his new, faster than Andrew Tate and the rest of the brokies. That's like driving down past them in our brand new Bugatti, y'all. We got our brand new Bugatti, and we riding past Andrew Tate and the rest of the brokies, y'all. That's how fast that is right there. So with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. I'll see y'all then.